We're going to look at two very important tools in Excel, the Autofill and the Flassfill. I'm going to start by looking at the Autofill, and both of them are found on the home page. If you come here under home page, under editing, you see fill here. If you click on fill here, you see this is Autofill and this is Flassfill. Now with Autofill, it's going to continue filling in a series that would have started. So let's say, for example, we put here under employee ID, we have 1000, right? So let's say 1000 is the first employee ID number. Then the next employee ID number is let's say 1100, 1001. Like if it's like this, 1001, and the other one is A 1002, going on like this. If these are our employee numbers, or if you are allocating employee numbers that way, it's very easy to use Autofill by just clicking on the first one. If we go to the right hand side of the cell, then bottom right hand side, and move our mouse there, you can see that the mouse is a thick plus sign. When it comes here, it becomes hair thin and black plus sign. If we click and hold and drag down to the end here and release, it's going to autofill for us, and we are going to have all the ID numbers filled in for us. As one way of doing it, I'm going to click on undo so that I check this off, and I'm going to show you another way. If you click on the first cell, which is this one, where we have A1000, and then you go again to the bottom right hand corner, you have your plus sign. This is where you are going to just double click, and the numbers are autofilled, the IDs are autofilled for us going down. Right, just one thing here, if you come to the bottom, you see that it stopped here. The reason is because on the adjacent cell here, there is nothing. It stops when it finds that on the adjacent cell, there is no longer data. So meaning that if we had a gap here in our data, it was going to stop on that gap. So make sure that your data has no gaps if you're going to use the double clicking when using the autofill. Right. Another way of using the autofill again is to go to fill here, and we say fill down. Sorry, it picked. I wasn't clicking on the right one here. Fill down is copying just so that. If you are going to use the fill here, which is the fill handle, which is up here under editing, just ensure that you have highlighted the area where you want to fill in, and if you hit on fill here, it's going to fill in the same amount throughout the whole. It's just like going to copy the first one. So you need to ensure that here, when you click here, you go to series, and then you say I want to autofill, then you click OK, and your data is autofilled in the same way. But most people find it easy to just click here and double click like this, and your data is autofilled. Lastly, I just want to show you how we can also fill in a step like fashion. This one we're adding one after every stop. Here you can see that the team that these people are being allocated to is AR1, AR2, AR3. Then we start again, AR1, AR2, AR3. So we are allocating them into teams, and there are 3 teams. So after the 3rd team, we start again. So this is the sequence, and we want this to continue down. We just have to highlight this and then we autofill by double clicking, and you can see that it's perfectly autofilled. It's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 going on like that. So autofill can also work with steps that are different and that are set by you. We can also use autofill to fill in things like days of the month. If we say Monday here, and then we click here and we drag here, it will fill up to Friday. The same applies if we're filling down, it will also fill up to Friday and start again just like that. Now let me turn and look at the flash fill. The flash fill works like the autofill, but it's the computer is going to recognize what we're trying to do and then do a concatenation or a fill for us for the rest of the data. Let me just give you an example of the first name and the last name here. If I open up here by inserting a column here, I'm going to call this column full name, and I want the full name to combine the first name and the surname. I can do that using a function that can concatenate the data or join these two, but the easiest way is just to type here what I want to do. Like in this case, I want it to be Jim and Green combined together like this. So if I press enter here and I want to try and type John, you can see that as soon as I type John, it autofills for me to the bottom because it has seen what I'm trying to do. I'm joining the two. So if I press enter, sorry about that, let me just do it again. John Smith. So if I press enter, everything is completed up to the bottom, just like that. So the idea is just to show it which fields you are trying to join, and then it will join for you and all the names. Imagine if we had about 2,000 of these names and all this is done for us. That will be beautiful. Unlike to type here manually. Of course, like I said, there is another function that can be used to combine these two fields to become one, but this one is the easiest way to do it, and it's called the flash fill.